Well, a very good day to you today. We are standing inside the Wits University Senate Hall, where students from the Fees Must Fall campaign have been stationed inside Senate Hall. What they say is that the university is excluding certain students either on a financial or an academic basis. We have with us Sharona Patel, and she is with Wits University. Sharona, can you just confirm for us, is their registration happening today?
Yes, so registration and enrollment commenced this morning. We have had some disruptions to the process, but we have also processed many students. At this stage, our fees office remains closed, and we are making a call as to whether to reopen that. We believe that the students are protesting against financial and academic exclusions, and particularly the upfront payment. From Wits' side, we would like to get the message out there that there is no upfront payment and there is no registration fee for 2016. This means that students can come in and they have up until the end of March, by which time they can then work out a payment plan with the university. And we'd like to clarify that with all students.
All right, Sharona, and how many spaces do you have available? You've got more than 7,000 applications. How many of those will you be able to fill?
Okay, we've actually had 70,000 applications and we can only fill 6,200 spaces. However, we have tried to increase access as far as we can, and this is one of the highest intakes we've had to first year. The university infrastructure, budgets and resources can only accommodate 32,500 students at most. We do appreciate the students' call for access to quality free higher education, and we would support that call. The question is, where does the resources come from?
My final question to you, in terms of security, we see that there are students here and there are parents as well. What extra security measures do you have in place?
Okay, at this stage, we're using Wits' security and campus control to look after staff and students. It's been fairly peaceful this morning. We haven't had any altercations or any violence, and we'll assess the situation minute by minute and determine if we need to bring in security or put in place other contingency plans.
But as the situation stands now, there is enrollment happening, but the financial office is closed.
That's right, the fees office remains closed this morning.
All right, thank you so much. That is Sharona Patel of Wits University Management confirming that enrollments are happening, albeit very slowly, but the financial office itself has been closed. Now, joining me now is also one of the leaders of the Fees Must Fall campaign. Her name is Nozintombi. Can you just tell me why exactly are you guys doing a sit-in today?
My name is actually Sharona Patel, and I'm not a leader of Fees Must Fall. We are a flat structure. There's no leadership. It's just students. So the reason we decided with the occupation as Fees Must Fall to start with is because of outstanding debt that students have from the previous year. So when you have outstanding debt for the previous year, regardless of year of study, you won't be allowed back to the university because you're still owing. Secondly, if you're a final year student, you won't be allowed to get your academic transcript to either get a job or get a bursary maybe if you want to pursue your postgrad studies. And then thirdly, we'd like to register for free because we can't afford the 9,340, regardless of the fact that I'm on NSFAS or I'm with a bursary or I'm self-funding. Because what the university has in place right now is that students who are on bursaries and on NSFAS can't pay registration fee, but then we have the students who are in the middle who can't afford to pay the 9,340 up front. So,
all right, Sarah, so what is happening now? We see that there are students that are lining up, but you have a help desk. What is the help desk for?
Our help desk is to collect the name of students that actually can't afford, be it it's first year or second year or third, but most of them today are first year students. So it's students who won't be able to perhaps afford their tuition fee. Maybe they have something for registration, but then they won't be able to get money for tuition. So we're trying to come up with a database to even show to the university to say that even the first years that you want to let into the system can afford your institution, and there's no institution without students.
And I see that the financial offices has been closed. You guys are not letting university management into the financial office.
It's not only financial office. What we're doing is that we're shutting the entire university. So no operations should take place, be it it's the financial office, enrollment center, or the registration hall. So the whole university needs to come to a standstill until the management gets back to us with our demands.
And what exactly are your demands? Ultimately, at the end of the week, what do you want to see happening?
We'd love to see it at the end of the day, by the way. But yeah, we want to be allowed to come back in the university regardless of the fact that I'm owing or not. And I also want to be allowed back into the university regardless of the fact that I have registration money or not. And with final year students, they need to be allowed to have access to their academic transcripts, regardless of the fact that they're owing or not, and be allowed to graduate if they want to graduate and leave the university. So those are just some of the demands that we have for the university management.
And Sarah, management was here earlier, but we understand that you did not want to speak to them, or you did not want them to address you.
What happens is that usually when they come down to us, they want us to take their orders. So that's where we don't agree. So when we all sit here, we're all on the same level, regardless of your position in the institution. So we all need to be at the same level, and they can't come with that demands or with that directive and not expect us to respond. So that's where the problem begins.
So ultimately, at the end of the day, today, you want management to agree to your demands.
So we'd love for that.
And how confident are you that you're going to get your demands met today?
We're not very confident about it, unfortunately.
And if you don't get your demands met, what are you going to do? What's the next step?
The next step is continue with the shutdown. The same thing we did in the previous year, we're going to continue with it this year.
All right, thank you so much, Sarah. As you can hear, the University of the Witwatersrand has now been on some sort of shutdown. Registration is not happening, even though university management is saying that some enrollments are happening. We will keep a close eye on the situation and keep you updated as and when it happens. Back to you in the studio.